Grief Talk with Von Solis, The Clips.
What does it mean for you to be vulnerable?
I've thought a lot about this. Well, obviously, I mean, I kind of consider my book as one big act of vulnerability for me, because it's not sort of the way I used to approach the world, or I was never that open before, and I feel like I've opened myself up a lot in the book. I think it goes back to this theme of being yourself, right? Because I think when we're not vulnerable, we are masking a side of ourselves. For grief, I think being vulnerable is being okay that you're doing grief in your own unique and special way. Because I think there was a long time when I was in the early stages of grief, and I probably read one too many grief books where I felt like I was doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And I think we just have to say, hey, I'm just doing it my way, and my way is okay for me. And so that to me is sort of that acceptance. That to me is vulnerability and grief, and just being okay with that's how I'm going to do it, and that's what worked for me.
I agree with you, and I attribute all of our mask wearing to two things. So on the grief side, are more difficult types of loss, child loss, suicide, murder, all that kind of stuff. People are uncomfortable with it. Shut up. So it definitely culturally silences us. On the other side of it, just as human beings, we're so competitive. It's such a competitive world. Vulnerability means weakness. And if you're weak, you are not top of the pack. Next.